Good morning, namaste. Thank you so much for joining. Please, as always, practice according to your conditions, respect your limitations, and think of the practice as an offering. If you go to the place of pain or suffering, everyone to an extent is going to be feeling that. So you'll be affecting everybody. So in this way, we try to practice in a way that is mindful, that's conscious, and that will bring about the best experience possible. So let's begin. Close the eyes. Bring the attention within. We'll begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine becoming one with all beings everywhere. Om. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we always have a strong desire for the knowledge that liberates us from pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other. Only ever peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. To make this practice even better than meditation, even more powerful, more significant, renounce all the fruits. Think of this as your divine obligation to all beings everywhere. Do it because it must be done. So now let's do the mantra for purification to purify the space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within. If you don't know it, just channel the Guru through the voice and move your lips. You derive all the benefits as though you're chanting it perfectly. If you do know it, do it with conviction and volume so it can be heard by all the subtle bodies within and all around us. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Va Sawa Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smarit Pandrikaksham Sabahya Bihantraha Sachihi. Let's bring your arms up for spiritual breathing. Establish a deep connection with the divine within. From the fingertips, inhale down through the arms into the spiritual heart. 2, 3, 4. Feel yourself being flooded by all that goodness. 7, 8. Holding it in the center of the chest and the right side of the physical heart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the arms. Just the breath leaves everything you pulled in stays within. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale down through the arms, right into the spiritual heart. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding again the breath and the attention at the heart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time, inhale everything you need. Feel it coming down through the arms right into spiritual heart like a direct path to God. Hold it in the spiritual heart again as an offering to God who resides there. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the arms down now. So now, alternate nostril breathing, anuloma viloma, no breath retention. This is the type of calming breathing that helps us to stay in this state that is more conducive to meditation. When we remove the restlessness of the mind, it is less conducive to being affected by cravings and desires, which ultimately leads to attachment, which ultimately leads to suffering. So we try to quell the mind and cess all those fluctuations, that restlessness, those mind alterations. So for this breathing technique, left hand in Jnana Mudra, the Mudra consciousness on the left knee. The right hand, second and third fingers fold down towards the palm. This is Vishnu Mudra. When you turn the palm towards you, it's no longer Vishnu Mudra. But we use this regardless for the alternate nostril breathing. The thumb for the right nostril, right ring finger for the left. Always use the right hand. Sitting up tall and straight now. In order to focus the mind a little bit more, we use a friction technique. So on the inhale, imagine the breath moving down, like the movement of the diaphragm. On the exhale, the breath moves back up. So make sure to close both nasal passages completely before you breathe out. Breathe out completely now. Close out the right side, inhale down to the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close the right, left, open right, exhale up. 2, 3, 4. My hands just indicate the movement of the breath. Down through the inhale, fill up the lungs, raise the chest. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close the right, open left, exhale back up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down again, fill up the lungs. Close left, open right, exhale, back up. Down through the right, inhale. Raise the chest right up to the top of the chest, to the chin almost. Close the right, open left, exhale, back up, out. Close left, open right, exhale, out through the right. Down to the right. And close right, open left, exhale, back up. Keep going down left. Exhale right. Lose yourself in the breath. Feel the mind getting quieter and calmer. Down through the right, inhale. Exhale left. The fingers stay close to the nose. Down through the left. Exhale right. Down to the right. Out through the left. One more round. Inhale down left. Exhale right. Down through the right. Exhale left. Bring the right hand back down on the right knee. Take a moment to be like the witness. Observe the state of the body, the mind, and the emotions. Have no expectation as to what you should or should not observe. Have no attachment to any result. Throughout the practice, continue to be in this mindset of offering everything up. And so again, be careful what you put out there. Ensuring that everything that you do, say, and think is always coming from a place of divine love, unconditional love, and boundless compassion. So now let's begin the asana practice. It is through the forms that God manifests in this universe, so celebrate all the beautiful ways that God is present here with us in all the forms. Revere and love each and every one. So now let's come to standing. So we're going to start with some warm-ups as always to prepare the body for the practice so it can move more efficiently and easily. So we're going to heat up the joints first, and then at the same time just produce heat to allow the promote more release of the impurities. So first we're starting off with removing impurities from the organs. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, come down. Empty lungs completely. Relax the belly muscles. And now start to pump the belly button in and out. Throw it against the front of the spine as fast as you can. Try for at least 50 times as you hold the breath out. It's as though you're trying to shake all the impurities out of the organs. Now keep holding the breath out. Push the belly button again into front of the spine. As much as you can, hollow out the area underneath the red basket and push the heart between the shoulder blades. Come back up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax everything. We'll do one more round if you can't do as long as I'm cueing it. Just at the end, as when you can't do any more, push the belly button in front of the spine for a few moments. Okay, so just as we did to finish it off. Let's do one more round. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Keep holding the breath out throughout this whole time. And start to move the belly button in and out. Push the belly button into the front of the spine again, right as though you're trying to push it right through the lower back. Feel as though everything got sucked out, like with a vacuum, underneath the red basket. And again, come up. Breathe in. Breathe out, relax. So now let's continue with moving the body, moving the joints. Keep the body in a state of radiant health. Hands on the hips, start to move the head. Keep on moving, or as Dharmaji says, you end up in big trouble. You exercise this vehicle, which is this body, which is like the vehicle to help us carry out our mission. And then go in the opposite direction. Now, good. And now arms up, inhale, exhale down. Continue. Do the movements with vigor and nice, strong breathing. Inhale straight up with the arms, spread the fingers. Exhale, pull them down. Form fists as the arms come down. Inhale straight out in front. Exhale, snap them back in. Now throw the arms back behind the ears. Now cross the chest on the inhale. Exhale, throw them back. Alternate the cross. Each time they come across the chest. Left arm over the right, and then right arm over the left. Next time. Next one. Arms up over the head. Inhale. Exhale. Just toss the body down. Throw the body against the thighs. One more. Just stay down, allow your body to stop shaking and bouncing. And then roll your way up. Keep your head heavy as you come back up. Next one for the knees. But ensure that, so we're going into a squat. If you can't go down all the way, just go as far as you can. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, drop down into the squat. And back up. Arms up and then out to the side, elbows in line with the shoulders, and then we're going to twist from side to side. So breathe out each time you finish the twist. The inhale happens in the middle. and back to the center. Next one. Again with a squat, 4 movements for this one. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, down. Inhale if you can. Jump up and back down. If you can't jump, just lift your heels. Again, move according to your condition. One more. Next one. Arms out in front, wrist height to the shoulders. Circle around to the front to the same height. Exhale, pull and punch right back out. The arms feel like they're spring-loaded. Feel the bounce in the arms. Next one, same movement, but the arms start by the sides of the body, therefore going a circle and a quarter. And then down. And then release. Open up the feet now. The feet about the width of the mat, the toes beyond the edge of the mat, going from side to side. Left arm up, inhale, bend to the right on the exhale, right arm up, inhale, exhale, bend to the left. And then release. Next one is the same type of movement, but the breathing's a little bit different. Left arm up, inhale, hold the breath, go deeper into the bend towards right. Then exhale, come back up. Right arm up, inhale, bend to the left, stretch further. And then come back up on the exhale, continue. Reach. Imagine you have fingers attached to, weights attached to all the fingers. And sink deep into the stretch. And then come back up. Keep on going. So we're exercising on the joints, but working all the organs through these warm-ups. So the whole body can move efficiently. And when the body is efficient and strong and healthy, the mind isn't always occupied as much repairing the body, and therefore the mind can have more better things to concentrate on and come into quietness. Lose yourself in the sensations. Imagine all beings are experiencing this through you, so practice in a way that feels good to you and that benefits you in the best way possible. And you share that with all beings. So who wouldn't want that, as Dharmaji says? Stretch. Move gracefully, like grass blowing in the wind. No jerky movements, no loud, abrupt movements that will agitate the mind and bring you into a state of disturbance and restlessness. Reach. Come back. One more. To the left. And then back up. Come onto the hands and knees now. Cat-cow. So stoke the inner fire. Nice, powerful movements. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, round the back. Inhale. Feel the shoulder blades coming towards one another. Exhale, push them apart from one another. Feel them sliding away from one another. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, stretch the belly skin. Keep the chest open. Exhale, push the heart right between your shoulder blades. Inhale, try not to jam up the back of the neck or the lower back. Exhale, as you bring your chin in, create still a little space so that the breath doesn't get obstructed. Inhale. Exhale, keep the passage free for the breath to flow. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Telescope your neck out of the shoulders, the trunk out of the hips. Exhale. Inhale, so now you're pushing the chest forward and down. You're pushing the chest forward and down. Exhale, push it right up between the shoulder blades. Inhale, same for belly button, push it down. And then make as though you're trying to push it right out through the lower back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. And last time, inhale. And exhale. So when the body's warm, it has more ease to be able to move during the rest of the practice. Right leg up, inhale, and then swing it out to the right on the exhale, and then throw it back up on the inhale. Try to get your foot right over your head. Modify the movement as you need to. You can bend your knee, you can go slower. Do what is appropriate for you. And now the left leg up, and then swing it out to your left. And then return. From here, come down onto your belly now to work the back muscles. So I like to have a cushion to prevent my hips from grinding into the ground. The top of the bottom of the cushion, the edge of the cushion comes right just where the legs join onto the hips. So you're lying on your belly, anchor down through the thighs, the hips, and the tops of the feet. If you can, squeeze your heels, your palms together, and when you come up, you're trying to really push your hands back, like you're trying to get them over the feet. So engage the buttocks and the upper back muscles. Inhale, come up, and back down, exhale. Up, down, up, down, up, down. If it's too much for your shoulders, keep your hands apart. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. 2 more. Up, down. This time you hold it. Up, and down. Relax, drop the arms down, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Next one, we have a few options. So you can stretch the arms out first in front, raise both legs and arms at the same time and come back down. You can do that one. Or raise left arm and right leg up, and then alternate. This one's a little bit easier. If you have more strength, you're going to rock like a bow. or try to rock like a bow. So your legs come up, and when the legs come down, the hips, the action of the hips and the chest coming down will propel the upper body up. So then the arms fly up, and then you keep rocking back and forth. Okay, so don't use your hands too much. You'll stop and move the flow. Just use them for just a little touch. Okay, so looks like this. Continue with me. As you get more momentum, the body can move higher. And relax. Forehead on the hands, breathe in. And breathe out. And so now let's come back into child's pose. You don't really need the cushion anymore. Your seat's back on your heels. This one has 4 movements. Inhale, round your back as you come up into high cat. Exhale, drop your hips to your hands, shoulders back, allow the head to go back. Keep the neck long. Inhale into high cat again. Exhale, take the seat back. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, roll the shoulders down, telescope your neck out of the shoulders. Inhale. And back, exhale. Inhale, rounding. Exhale, flexing the spine, chest forward. Inhale, rounding again. Exhale, flattening and lengthening. Coming up. Beautiful, graceful, fluid movements. Inhale, back up. Exhale, all the way back. Make like a wave coming out of the ocean, reaching its full height. And it's starting to crest and diminish until it disappears back in the water, and keep on going. Inhale. Exhale, use your imagination to find visualizations that'll help the body move just the way you see it in your mind, and back. Inhale, you become what you believe. You become what you see in your imagination. Inhale, back up. So have a boundless imagination. You can only go as far as it. And up. And forward. Inhale, back up. And back. Up. Forward. Try to move in a way that doesn't crunch the lower back or the back of the neck. Inhale, back up. And back. Inhale. Exhale. We take a little bit more time with these warm-ups, especially in the morning when the body's a little bit stiffer and colder. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And even if you do nothing else, even if you have to stop the practice sooner, you will have done something. You will have moved the body in all different, with the joints in all different ways. And up. And back. And relax. Breathe in. And breathe out. Next one, we're going to slide into Bhujangasana. If you can't slide, then you can do the same type of entries we just did. So you can come into the baby plank, drop your hips to your hands, and then come into your cobra, hold the breath, hold the pose. And then back on the exhale. If you can slide, however, glide between your arms. Pull your elbows in, turn your fingers out. Hold the breath. Allow the head to go back again. Don't lose your neck. Keep your neck long. And back, exhale. When your neck is long, your head can go back a little bit more. Inhale. Imagine trying to get the back of the head right over the top of the seat. Curve the spine, open up the heart in every sense. And back, exhale. Try to imagine being in the body of the snake. Move like the serpent. Imagine having a boundless range of motion. Hold the breath, hold the pose. Remember, see the form in your mind. Copy it with your body. And back, exhale. Glide forward. Try to embody all the virtues. Be regal and wise, fierce and fearless like the serpent. and back. The same is true of all the forms in the practice. 3 times breaths, those can imitate them physically, mentally, and spiritually. And back, exhale. And when the guru senses who's within, senses the enthusiasm of the student, they're more apt to share the knowledge. True spiritual knowledge is imparted psychically. And back. Now we're going to move a few more joints at the same time. Inhale, come forward. Try to get your hips right in your hands. Come onto your fingertips. Open up the feet, the legs, and bring your toes up towards the head. And back. Doesn't matter if the toes don't touch. Just work the legs a little bit. Imagine you're squeezing socks behind your knees. You're pushing into the fingertips to exercise those fingertips. There's lots of strength there. And back, exhale. Glide. It gives you more height as well. When you lift your palms and you tent your hands, keep your hips on the ground. Don't raise the hips. And back. So just everything from the tops of the legs up off the ground. If your hips are up, it's going to be hard to get your legs up very far. So you try to keep that part down. And back, exhale. Come forward. Up again. So you get to move a little bit sideways, side to side, to try to get your hands, your hips right behind your hands. And back, exhale. 2 more. Come up. Telescope your neck out of the shoulders. Press firmly into the fingertips. And back. And 1 more. Come forward. Come up, squeeze those socks, imaginary socks behind the knees. And back. Rest. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let go of all tension, let go of all efforts. Learn to remove the effort immediately. Learn to relax instantaneously. Good. So now we're going to come back onto the belly and then flip over onto the back. Okay. Hold from here. We're coming into some tucks now. Extend the legs and the arms, hollow out the navel, lengthen the navel, exhale. Pull your shoulders up towards your knees or forehead between your chins. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze tight. So really trying to bring all the muscles to the center of the body. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze in tight. Form a tight ball to your body. Inhale. Stretch the fingers and toes. Activate them. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale. Powerful movements. Pull in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Squeeze the elbows against the outsides of the knees and the shins. And inhale. Exhale. Try to peel your upper back up off the back as much as you can. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Push out through the heels and heels the palms as well. Exhale. Same movement, but the breathing is different now. Inhale, stretch. Hold the breath and come into a tuck. Again, squeeze the arms, elbows to squeeze against the outside the legs at the knees and the mid-shin. Bring one hand from the other. Try to bring the forehead to your hands. Release, exhale. Inhale. And pull in. Everything stops. All the attention at the center of the forehead, whether the forehead is touching the hands or not. Not important. Exhale. Just concentrate the mind. Try to practice being one-pointed in your focus. Reach out and pull in tightly. Release, exhale. Inhale, stretch. And bring it in. Release, exhale. Inhale, extend. Stretch. Fill up your lungs. Hold the breath with the lungs full. Release, exhale. Inhale. Massaging the organs here. Squeezing with the thighs. Hold the breath, hold the pose. And release, exhale. Inhale. Hold the breath and tuck very, very tightly. Release, exhale, and one more. Inhale, stretch. Hold the breath and tuck. And release. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, remove all fatigue. Good. Now the arms come over the head. You can either roll, or if you can bring your feet all the way back behind your head in plow pose. And then bring the feet back down. Once the feet are anchored down, lift up. Drape your body with your legs and come back down. If that's too difficult, modify as you need to. So as your legs come down, you can sit up even before your feet come down, or you can just keep your knees bent and hold behind the knees. So again, just roll out the back a little bit. Massage the spine. If you're able to, move at a constant, uniform speed. Try not to accelerate as your legs come down. Try to keep your limbs and your arms straight. All the movements, again, graceful. No jerky movements if possible. Use your core to help you to come back up to seated. I'm going to. And two more. Stretch, fold in, and then stretch again. Sit up, hinge at the hips, come forward, and last time. With practice, the body learns to move efficiently. Learn all sorts of tricks to find the ease. Now this time, bend your knees as your feet are coming down, plant your feet, and roll your way back up. So now we're going to come to the front of the mat, continue with Surya Namaskara. One sec. Okay, so now come to the front of the mat again. Hands to the heart. Continue to offer up the practice. Imagine all beings, again, are feeling this through you. Everything you do is to an extent affecting everybody. Raise your arms up, reach up and back. Fold the body down. Bend your knees if you need to bring hands on the ground. Right foot back, lower down the knee, drop down to the seat. Into the high plank, Ashtanga Namaskara, knees, chest, forehead down. Swim right through the arms. Push into your hands, lift your hips up if you can, up off the ground, legs as well. Upward facing dog. Pulse a little here. Work the body, work the spine. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Drop your head down below the arms. Work the shoulders. Pulse here a little bit as well. Belly towards the thighs, chest towards the ground. If you're flexible, try to get your forehead to the ground. Now the right foot forward to the hands. Drop down to the seat. Feet together, Uttanasana. Chest on the thighs, head down. Come right up and back. Engage the buttocks and the upper back muscles to support you as you go back. Hands to the heart. Keep going. Raise your arms up. Don't worry about the breath. Move the body in a way that allows the breath to remain steady and even. Left foot back into high plank. Move the body, the breath will follow, and deliver more ease and constant movements into upward facing dog. Again, work the spine, bend the toes under. Pulse a little bit. Look like a dog howling at the moon. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana again. Sink down to the heart. Curve the back body. Soften the line of the back. Look like a dog who's loyal to its master. Really embody that beautiful quality. Be loyal yourself to the practice of serving others. Left foot now between the hands. So as you're moving forward, try to have your shoulders come forward as well so the foot doesn't land with a big heavy thud. Modification is bring your right knee down. If the foot doesn't make it all the way, just use your left hand to assist it forward. Now feet together, Uttanasana. Come right up to standing, reach up and back. And then come back home. Reach up and back again, stretch. Hinge at the hips. Coming down, head close to the feet, right foot back. Into the plank. Ashtanga Namaskara. Push into your hands. If you need to, keep your hips on the ground, otherwise push into the ground strongly and lift your legs away from the ground. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right foot forward. Feet together, Uttanasana. And come up again. Return home. These sun salutations are amazing. They work the whole body. Come forward and down. Left foot back if you can. Move a little bit faster to build more heat. Plank, Ashtanga Namaskara. Through into upward facing dog. Don't lose your neck. Keep your neck long. Lower back and back of the neck. Free of wrinkles. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot forward. Feet together. Bow to the legs. Come right up to standing, reach up and back home. Go up, go down, right foot back, into the plank, down we go, swim right through between your arms, push your elbows on the sides of the body, push into your hands, charge the legs, back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, right foot forward, feet together, come all the way up to standing. And back home. Every movement reflects a certain, every movement has a certain consciousness. Tap into it. Left foot back, the heart open, the eyes up, a gesture of surrendering and adoration. Knees, chest, forehead down, the eyes downcast as a gesture of humbleness, lowliness. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good, left foot forward. Feet together, bow down, a zone of humbleness. And come up. Surrender yourself to divine grace. Open yourself up to divine grace. Hands to the heart. Go up and back. And this time, bend your knees. Belly on your thighs. Swing your hands up over your shoulders. Try to get them as high as you can. The right foot back knee down. Drop down to the seat. Go up and back with the arms, if you can, behind the head. Kapyasana. Break the pose, come back into high plank. You can do the same entry as we've been doing, or maybe chaturanga. Lower down, one line from the heels to the top of the head, hovering above the ground. Push into your hands, upward facing dog. Again, according to your abilities and strength. Adho Mukha Svanasana. The right leg up, three-legged dog. Step the foot between the hands, back knee down, drop down to the seat, reach up and back, stretch. And then hinge at the hips. Belly on your thighs, join your hands behind the back, feet together, body to the legs. Come right up to standing, reach up and back home. And again, stretch the whole front of the body. Hinge, belly on your thighs, try to get your legs straight, your seat over the heels without detaching your body from the thighs. And left foot back into Kapyasana. Bring your arms back, drop your shoulders down, keep your neck long. Right back into high plank. If you need to slow down a movement, of course, move again according to your abilities. Into chaturanga or knees, chest, forehead down into upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left leg up. Step the foot between the hands. Back knee down, drop down to the seat. Reach up and back. Open up the chest. Swing your hands all the way back, down and back. Feet together, Uttanasana. The forehead against the shins if your legs are perfectly straight. Your seat in line with your heels. Come back up. And Pranamasana. Always coming back to the source of divine love at the heart. Reach up and back. Come forward. Move gracefully like a shapeshifter between the forms effortlessly. Like you see yourself in the dreams, always fluidly, always quietly. Into the high plank. Another transition if you want. Bring your seat all the way back. You have to turn the fingers out, push your elbows inside the body, push through with your toes. Come all the way through without touching your legs to the ground in the transition. Upward facing dog. Right leg up. Step the foot between the hands. Be careful of your joints. You don't have to do everything that I do. So reach up and back. Swing your hands behind the back. Belly on your thighs. Feet together. Head down. Feet up. Come right up to standing. Stretch up and back. And then come back home. On the left side now. Reach up. Go down. Bend your knees. Belly lands on your thighs. Try to get your chest below the knees. Left foot goes back. All the transitions seamless, like you're doing a divine dance of devotion. Stretch. And then come right up, back out. Into the high plank. Entry of your choice into upward facing dog. Again, if you want, bring your seat all the way back. Push the elbows inside the body. Turn your fingers out, upward facing dog or cobra. Adho Mukha Savasana. Left leg up and put the foot between the hands now softly. Without a sound, reach up and back, stretch. And then swing hands back, belly to your thighs, feet together, Uttanasana. Bow down with a lowliness. Come right up to standing, reach up and back, stretch. And come back home. This time we'll slow it down. Raise your arms up, engage the buttocks, go back, rock your shoulders back and forth, lift the chest, push your lower back up and in. Hips forward. Now from here, tuck your chin in, bend your knees, land your belly on your thighs, and pull hands all the way up. If it's too much for your shoulders, you can modify. You can take your hands down, take hold of your elbows, slide them down the backs of your legs, make the elbows land right beside your heels. Try to get your chest lower than the knees. And then the right foot goes back. Back knee down, drop your seat all the way forward. Kapiyasana. Raise your arms up, hold the hands, and try to pull the shoulders down. Try to get your arms back, beside or behind the ears. Keep your arms straight. Think of a crescent moon radiating, it's reflecting the light of the sun. Radiate your own light from within. Good. Now come back down into the high. Actually, let's stop here. Bring your left foot out to the edge of the mat and then push back and forth up off the right heel. Try to get your hips to lower as you do this. And push one more time through the back foot. Lower the knee down, flatten out the toes. If your knees start to fall to the side, you move the left foot out a little bit more so it's towards the edge of the mat. And then if your hips are low enough, fall onto your right forearm. And then roll back to your left. Try to get both sides of your hips equally down close to the ground. If you're flexible and your hips are anchored, maybe the pelvis and the belly and the chest will come down. So make sure again the knee stays close to shoulder. If it's falling out to the side or the foot is sliding away from the body, try to adjust the position of the foot so that your shin is vertical. Now from here, come back onto your hands, step back into high plank, entry of your choice into upward facing dog. You can drop your knees down and slide through, or keep your legs lifted. Upward facing dog. Stretch. Try not to make folds in the lower back or the back of the neck. Look like a dog howling at the moon. Back into Adho Mukha Savasana. Good. And then the right leg comes up. Lift the foot as high as you can. Lift the left heel. Those who are flexible, try to get your forehead down to the ground. And then lower the heel back down to the ground. Keep pushing the right foot up. Try not to open up the hip. Now from here, bring the right foot forward to the hands. Back knee down, drop down to the seat. Sink down through the hips. Arms up if you can, otherwise modify. Take hold of the opposite elbows, allow the head to rest on the arms, or keep your hand on a knee. So again, according to your condition, push your lower back up and in, rock your shoulders back and forth. This is why we do lots of downward facing dogs. Make the spine supple and strong to move more efficiently and to move the prana through the body. Now from here, swing, bring your hands to the inside of the the right foot. Move the right foot to the edge of the mat again. Creep back and forth. Push off the roots of the toes. And then lower the knee down, flatten out the toes. If your hips are low enough, again, fall onto your left forearm and roll back to the right. So not out to the side like this, nor like this. Both sides of the hips should be close to the ground. Equally, same distance. And keep telescoping head chest forward. The more length, the more the body will come closer to the ground. If you're flexible, bring your chest right down. Look like a lizard just sunning itself on a warm earth. Maybe your right hand's on the foot, your armpit's right against the ankle if you're flat down. Good. Now from here, let's come onto your hands and bring the left foot forward to meet the right. So from here, bend your knees, push your belly into your thighs, send your hands over your shoulders, maybe in front of the head. Shoulders are about the same line as the knee, maybe a little bit below. Push your seat all the way up. And come all the way up to standing. Engage your buttocks, upper back muscles, hand in Kali Mudra. Really embody the fierceness and fearlessness of Kali. Push your chest up. And then come back. Hands to the heart. Good, we'll do another one. So adding a little bit different variations here. Little sequences. Reach up, drop your shoulders down and go back. Stretch. So good. Reach. And come back up. From here, bend your knees, belly on your thighs. Push your seat all the way up. The head comes down. Now from here, bring your hands down. Actually, slide your left foot back. See if you can raise the left leg up now. So coming into toppling tree. If you need to, you can bring your hands to the ground on either side of the foot. Bend your right knee so your belly can stay on the thigh. But then see if you can curve your back a little bit by bringing your shoulders back. Squeeze your shoulder blades, your chin up a little bit. Try to get your left foot as higher than the hip. Pull the hands all the way up. Open up your palms by bending at the wrists. And then from here, bring the hands back down. See if you can raise the left leg up higher. Keep your knee bent so your belly can stay with your thigh. Your right hand comes to the foot inside the finger. Right finger comes the index finger comes the outside the heel. Your left hand comes right beside the foot. Maybe take off the fingers one at a time until you're just on the index finger. Maybe even bring your left index finger against the inside the heel. If your hamstring is very tight, fold the left leg and try to bring your knee up as high as you can. Good. Now bring the left foot back, lower down the knee, drop down to the seat. Copy asana again. Reach up and back, stretch, push the lower back up and in. Really reach. Good. Now from here, press into the front knee, come more upright. Bend the toes under. Left arm goes up, angle the toe and knee towards the left as you go down to the right. Try to get your armpit on the outside of the knee. So your leg should be like a box. If you can lift your foot up, you can easily, the foot's in the right place. Push the leg out of the way to the left with your right hand so you can get your arm down a little bit more. The right hand comes onto your left hand and push very hard. Try to get the belly higher than the thigh as your hands are coming down, and then eventually send the chest behind your thumbs. Roll the right shoulder all the way back. If you have a bind, go ahead. Turn more to your right. Bend at the wrist. Try to get your fingers coming towards the inside of the wrist, and then use your right hand to guide the hand underneath. Right arm goes over your back. Join your hands underneath your belly, and if you can, lift your back knee up off the ground. Pull the right shoulder all the way back. Turn the face and chest up. Do again according to your conditions. Now break the pose. Come back down. Let's do lizard again. Actually, So push back and forth up off your left foot. Push out through the heel. And then land your knee on the ground. Flatten out your toes. If your hips aren't low enough, you can just stay on your hands, but keep sinking your hips like you're doing a cobra. If you can, again, come down onto your left forearm, roll back to the right, so both sides your hips are down. Telescope your head and chest forward, and come down as low as you can. Fix your gaze, look like a lizard just sunning itself in a warm earth, not a care in the world. Merge with the form. Become one with what you're representing. come back. From here, push your seats back a little bit and move your right foot over to the left. Bring your thigh down, coming into pigeon. So if you're more flexible, your heel comes in the same line as the knee. If you need to, if your hip is a little tighter, you bring your foot a little bit closer to your left hip. Rock from side to side a few times. Try to get both sides of your seat to anchor down. Hips. Take your left hand to your foot and right hand slides forward. Then your left hand can join in front. Try to get eventually your chest to come right on your leg shin right close to the collarbone. Adjust your hair, surrender, humility. Good. Now coming back onto your hands, pick up the right knee and step back into high plank. Again, entry of your choice into upward facing dog or cobra. Some right through between your arms, come up nice and tall through the upper body. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Turn this way. Now lift the left leg up. Again, try to get the foot as high as you can. Lift the right heel also. If you can, bring your head down below the arms. Try to get your forehead to the ground. And then see if you can push your right heel back down to the ground. Stretch. Good. And then lift your head. Bring the left foot forward. Back knee down. Drop down to the seat. Kapyasana again. Push your seat all the way forward towards front heel. Reach up and take your arms back again. Create space. Drop your shoulders down. Lift the heart. Push the lower back in. Crescent moon. Or reflect the light of the sun, just like the crescent moon reflects the light of the sun. Good. Now from here, press into your hands. Come back upright. Left foot underneath the left knee. Make sure you can lift the foot easily and then go into your twist. Right arm up. Angle the toe and the knee towards the right to create more space for the right arm to come down to the left. Hands can start stay in Anjali Mudra. So if your hands are by your shoulders, keep pushing down. At the same time, lift the body up. Try to get your belly higher than the thighs, turn the chest behind your thumbs. Left shoulder goes all the way back, turn the face and chest up. Keep pushing the left hip back to help telescope your head forward. If you want to take a bind, go more to your left, turn all the way. Bend your fingers in towards the inside the wrist. Use a left hand to guide the right hand underneath. Then a left arm can take the bind. If you can't, take your knee up off the ground and turn more. Twist, pull on the arm if you have the bind. Lengthen from the heel all the way to the crown. Good. Now from here, release. Fingers to the ground. Again, pick up your left leg, right leg this time actually. And then if you can, join your hands together. Your belly stays at your thigh, so keep your left knee bent. So you can take your hands all the way up. Your right foot comes higher than the hip if you can. Arch your back if you can as well. Bring your hands down and then again into your standing split, or again, bend your right knee and try to get your knee up as high as you can. Either way is perfect if you're trying your best. So now your left hand, index finger on the outside of the heel, your right hand comes right beside the foot as close as you can. And maybe take off one finger at a time until maybe both fingers are against the heel. Your hip has to be right over the heel. Whoops. So keep trying. If you fall, just come right back up again. And then bring the right foot back down. From here, let's stay here for a moment. Lift your heels. Step on your palms and push your seat up. Try to get your whole body against the legs if your legs are straight. Forehead against your shins. Top of head almost touching your feet. Now from here, keep your head heavy as you make your way back up. Arms up over the head. Reach up and go back. Lift the chest. Come back upright. Hands to the heart. Good. Now bring your arms by sides of the body. Charge the body. Stand tall into Tadasana. Come into mountain consciousness. Steady, quiet, and grand. Take a deep breath in. Imagine you're at the base of the mountain, and then inhale it all the way up to the summit, the crown. Exhale back down to the base of the mountain, the base of the spine. Be solid and unshakable in your devotion to serving others. Good. So now let's go to the back of the mat. If you can fall right into plank pose. If you have any wrist issues, then just come onto your knees and go into your plank. But if you can hold your hands in front, so as you fall forward, your wrists will land a little bit in front of your shoulders. Okay, so your hands will land a little bit in front of the shoulders. So hold your breath, come forward, and then come down. Again, you can just come down on your knees and make your way into plank. Now go on your left hand, turn to the right first. Your ankles can stay crossed. If you're starting to drop into your shoulder, your hips are starting to sag, just bring your left knee down underneath your hip. So not so much like this. Again, the hip's going to sink and it's going to be hard on the shoulder. So underneath your hip and lines your knee and your left arm fully extended. Now come back to the center. Go to the other side now. The right hand front of the nose, moves to the left a little bit into side plank, Vasisthasana. Keep your fingers together, your hips high. Come back to the center. This time we'll do it one more time, but this time if you have a variation, go ahead. So if you're on your knee, you can come back to the right and lift your leg up. Maybe even can take a foot if you have it, if you can reach it. If you're in a full side plank, lots of different things you can do. Raise your right leg up and float it, or you can slide your foot back. As you're doing it, you turn on your left foot. Your toes are now on the same line as the rest of your leg. Move the foot in a little bit so you can anchor the inside edge of the foot down. You can stay here. Practice getting your hip right up. Your left arm again still very strong, fully extended. If you can, take your foot up off the ground. If you can take your foot up off the ground, take hold of the knee. Keep going if you want. Take hold of the foot. Lock your left leg in place. Break the pose. Come back gracefully into your plank. Go on the other hand now. Go to your left. You can always stay in this pose too. If this is where you're at, then feel free to stay here. Otherwise, keep moving to your other variations. Lift your leg. Maybe slide your foot back. Turn on the right foot, the toes in the same line as the leg. Otherwise, if your foot's turned too much, it makes you lose your balance. Inside edge foot is down. Push the hip right up. And see if you can get your left foot up off the ground. Even just practice this. Eventually you might be able to get your knee up. Hold the knee close to your belly, and then if you want, slide your hand up to the inside of the foot. Push your hip all the way up. Break the pose. Come back down. Come back into plank. Lower your knees down. Child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out, soften everything. Good. Now from here is inversion time. So if you want, you can just lift your seat. Try to get your hips over your knees and try to get imagine try to push, make the upper back look like a wall. Imagine you feel the belly button pushing against the front of the spine and the heart between your shoulder blades. If it's too much pressure in the back of the head, the neck, just move your head forward a little bit and more on the top of the head. Otherwise, you can come into teddy bear if you like. You can try it with your fingers in your finger stand. Lift the palms, spread the fingers equally. The fingers are facing away from you. Lift your seat Walk your feet right behind your fingers. Lift your seat up so it's making its way over your shoulders, just underneath the knees against your elbows. And again, your fingertips are strong, so you can pull your toes away from the ground. Maybe eventually you'll be able to bring your feet all the way up. If you'd rather do with your hands flat on the ground, all good. Okay. Your hands are not beside the head, they're in front. The upper arms are at right angles to your lower arms. If you feel comfortable, you bring 1 foot back, 1 foot forward, come into your headstand. Your feet eventually coming at the same height. So when you're first learning, your hands are far away, even beyond the edges of the mat. Big triangles, so your chest is nice and open. You have lots of space, ability to open up the hip a little bit more, so foot can go behind. Your hips in line with your shoulders. Those who feel comfortable can come off 1 finger at a time, perhaps. Eventually, just right on the index fingers, the very tip. Keep your feet flexed and your legs close to your body when you're starting. Those of you who feel more comfortable can come up higher. Advanced practitioners, if you have a lotus, go into lotus. Any form of headstand. You can come onto your forearms if that's better for you too. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, but deep breath in. Bring your attention to the space between the eyebrows. Once you find the pose, leave the body alone in stillness. The mind can then come into a quiet state. Whenever you need to, you can come down. If you had to come down before, then that's okay. Just practice getting into the pose. Eventually the body can stay longer. Okay, if you're in tripod, you can, if you like, bring your shins onto the backs of the arms, upper arms, curl in, press your shins into your upper arms, your knees close to your shoulders, pull your toes back. Hold your breaths. You can lift your head up without touching your feet down first. Into Kakasana. And then back down. All these are, again, just options. Do according to your abilities. Come into child's pose now. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slide your arms forward. Glide right through into your cobra. Adho Mukha Savasana. And jump your feet to the hand or walk your feet. Come to the front of the mat. Come into a squat. Shoulders back. Tuck the tail. Wrists about the height of the shoulders. Hands are dangling loosely. Lift your heels if you can. Your legs might start to shake. Be unconcerned. It's just the body experiencing this discomfort, not the true self. Come down a little bit lower. The seat's about the height of the knees. Lift your heels up a little bit higher. Really push into your toes. Get right up there with your heels. Lower down a little bit. Whoops, I didn't do that very well. So lower your seat right down onto your heels. And then touch your seat down. Tuck your chin in. Press into your arms as your legs come up. Your hands come onto your back into plow pose. So here, if you like, you can stay with your seat a little bit behind your shoulders, your knees on your shoulders. If you can, move your arms a little bit closer in, join your hands together, shift from side to side. Bring your hands onto your back. Your elbows are as close together as possible. Your arms are all the way behind your back. If you can, bring your one leg up at a time, come into shoulder stand. Reach up to the toes. Push into your back with your hands to get your legs up higher. Your pose might look more like this with your legs might be either bent or just at an angle, your seat behind your shoulders. That's okay. Again, go where you can find steadiness. A modification for this is bridge pose. Your feet close to your seat. Push your hips up. Try to get your chest close to your chin and your shins nice and straight. If you know that pose, you can do that instead. Now hinge at the hips. Control descent. Come back to plow pose. Your feet behind the head. If your feet don't touch down, keep your hands on the back. Otherwise, you can interlace your fingers, press your back outside edges your hands down on the ground behind your back. Those who want, bring your thighs against your body, your knees on either side of the head. Squeeze your knees into your ears so as to remove all distractions coming through the ears. Close the eyes. Go within. Hands now behind the back, palms down. Start your descent. Slowly. Push into your arms so your legs come down slowly. Your thighs stay with your body for the most of the time. And once they separate, keep lowering them down at an even rate until they're down on the ground. Rest for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. Imagine you just fainted, let go of all fatigue. Now if your hands are not already under your seat, lift your right side seat, slip your right hand under, lift your left side, slip your left. So both hands underneath your seat, you're sitting on your wrists. Scoot your fingers a little bit closer to your, further away from you. Tuck your arms underneath your body so you can't see them from above. And now lift your back up off the ground. Move your elbows in a little bit closer towards one another. Lift the chest as much as you can. And bring the top to the ground if you can. You can also raise your legs 12 inches off the mat. Keep your legs charged. Otherwise, keep your feet on the ground and breathe very fast to the nose like a sniffing dog. Bring your legs down. Break the pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax everything. Good. Now press into your arms. Send your feet behind your head or up. Coming into boat pose. If you're in plow pose, you can take hold of your ankles or your toes and try to come up to seated without touching your feet on the ground in between, and try not to, and you can also try to keep your legs straight all throughout. Otherwise, just hold the back of the knees, bend your knees, and roll into boat pose. So let's go. Hold the breath and come up. And then you can let go of the feet. You can keep your knees bent like so, or keep your legs straight. Push your lower back up and in, and breathe very fast. Plant your feet down. Move your seat back a little bit. Lift your arms up, Paschimottanasana. Hinge at the hips, bring your body down on your thighs. Take hold your feet, or if you're very tight, you can just hug your legs to your body. Keep your body in contact with your thighs, but keep moving your chest forward. If you're more flexible, push your heels forward. Try to get your legs flat on the ground, again without releasing the belly from the thighs. Imagine trying to get your chest below the knees. Stretch the back body, really try to reach the crown towards the feet. Inhale from the base of the spine up to the crown. Exhale back down to the base of the spine. Merge with God, who's in all forms. Every chance you get, bring the mind into stillness. Try to meditate, bring your mind into one-pointedness. Come back, bench pose, hands behind the back, slide your feet in, toes pointed out. So pull your shoulders in towards another. If you have wrist issues, you can just push your chest up, keep your seat on the ground, and bring your head back. Otherwise, push into your hands, lift your seat. Try to get your hips and knees and the shoulders in the same line, your chest higher than the shoulders. The head goes level with the rest of the body, and breathe very fast again through the nose. Make the belly jump. Lower the seat down. Good. From here, shake out the wrists. Cross your ankles. Come onto your knees. Bend the toes under. Hands on the seat. Push into your seat. Pull down. Lift the chest. Allow the head to go back. You can stay here the whole time, concentrating on getting your head, your chest lifted, and use your hands to guide your tail, to lengthen your back. No wrinkles in the skin underneath your hands. And see if you can lean back if you like. Engage your core and your thighs. Go back. Roll the thighs towards one another. If you can, get your shoulders behind your heels. And then you can go into rabbit pose if you like. If your shoulders behind your heels, right hand drops onto your right heel, left hand on your left heel. Bring your heels together, lock the baby fingers together. And then if you feel comfortable to do so, push your hips all the way forward. Feel heavy through the thighs. Imagine you're going to fall on your thighs at any moment. Lift your chest. No crunching in the lower back. Push into your heels. Shoulders go back behind your feet again. Right hand on the right side of the seat, left hand on the left side of the seat. Come back up. From here, hands on the ground in front of your knees. Just behind your shoulders. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, round your back. Inhale. Exhale. Chin towards the chest. Inhale. Exhale. And then roll back onto your seat. Legs in front. Right foot on the outside of the left shin. Right hand behind the back. Left arm up. Go to the right. Push your left arm against the thigh and turn as much as you can. Try not to lean back. Your hand stays close to your seat to keep your body upright. Chest is open. Try to get your shoulders in line with the long edge of the mat. Your chin over your shoulder. Twist as much as you can. Bit by bit, not all at once, gradually. And then come back, switch sides. Left arm up, left arm behind the back, sorry, right arm up, and then go to your left. Imagine trying to pull the knee beyond the right edge of the body. Your right leg stays active, try not to allow it to go slack. The toes and knee pointing up on the right leg. Inhale again, lift up higher. Exhale, twist a little bit more. Break the pose, lie on the back, Shavasana. Allow the whole body to just melt into the ground, sink everything down. Allow all the muscles just to relax. Feel heavy, like a corpse sinking into the ground. Bring yourself into receptive state to welcome in all the fruits of the practice. They come in fuller force as a result of you offering up your efforts and your love through the practice. Do good and be good, and it will return to you in good ways. When we feel God everywhere, when we see God everywhere, that is a sign that we're approaching self-realization. And then we have no desire to do harm to any being because we see the divinity within them. And it's through this practice, this beautiful practice, that we can see how God manifests in this universe. All of us are divine manifestations. We want to continue to keep this in mind as we come back to our day-to-day lives, in all our interactions. Continue to act in a way that is consistent with the ethical rules, yama and niyama. Be compassionate and kind towards all beings, and it will come back to you in good ways. So now prepare to come back to a seated position, always moving in a way that is gentle, that is quiet, that doesn't take you out of this quiet and calm mindset and state of body, mind, and emotions. Remain ever calm, remain ever present, and in service to God and all beings. So now we'll close our practice with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Instill the peace within, send it out to all beings. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. All is within. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. Have a wonderful day. If you need to do more Shavasana, then I invite you to do that now. So to really allow the rest of the benefits to continue to integrate. Much love. I'll see you soon.